Carlos Nelson with Cascade Sports, and today we have. Are you the oldest one?
Yes.
All right. We have some really, really special people here because this young lady, her whole family plays basketball, and they're all at the top level. Who do we have here?
Meghan Allen.
Hey, Megan, tell our audience a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am from Kansas City, Missouri. Lived here my entire life. I played basketball my entire life from kindergarten till last year, basically.
Run it down.
I went through basketball with the YMCA first, then through Eclipse basketball, and then lastly Della Lamb once I was in 6th grade. Through that time, had a lot of fun. Then went to high school at Oak Park H.S. In North Kansas City School District, and then from there I went to University of Central Missouri and played basketball there for 2 years. From UCM I went to Southwestern Community College in Iowa, Creston, Iowa, and then from there came back home to Park University.
All right, so all of my girls, it seems like Della Lamb is just got the conveyor belt.
Yeah.
All right, run that down. What you learned while you was over there at the basketball factory?
Yeah, I had a great opportunity with Della Lamb. Started with them my 6th grade year. Came in and I was super nervous at first because I didn't really know anybody. And I first was introduced to Della through Tony Woods, and Mars Jackson is who I began to know through them. And then I started playing for Coach David Bennett and
what position was you playing?
Post.
Post?
Yeah, they considered me the true post because.
Right, your size and
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
Was you rough and ready or silky smooth?
I'm
Conrad the Barbarian, was you hammering them down low, or what was going down?
I would. When it comes to the game, I'm very rough. And
I was getting ready to say you looking like you was one of the enforcers.
Yeah.
You know, remind me of Michael Jordan's team. How do you feel being with your stature playing down low? How do you feel as a girl?
Beat up.
Beat up.
Yeah.
I'm saying, you know, a lot of the glamorous positions is the guard, the forward,
Yeah.
and what have you.
Yeah.
On a 1 to 10, what was your skill set when you was a young girl playing at Della?
Yeah, I would say I was 7, 8. I worked my way up from 6th grade, and I got better as time went, as I developed through them and got more fundamentals and skills.
What fundamentals do they really teach y'all? Because it seemed like I said they have the conveyor belt,
Yeah.
so they must be doing good fundamentals.
Most definitely. From the very beginning, from my first time starting with Della, I feel like they completely break the game down, start from the very beginning and work their way up. Like when I first got there, first thing we started working on was the basics, learning how to shoot a layup correctly, learning how to dribble the ball correctly. We did those drills constantly, every single day, same drills we started with. And then as time goes on, things are kind of thrown in slowly but surely with the coaches. They're teaching us different skills and things we can do in the game. But they're most definitely break down everything and begin with those.
So from Della, what school was you going to then?
When I started with Della, I was in middle school, so I was at Northgate Middle School.
Right from Della, you went into high school?
Mm-hmm, yeah.
And you was at
I was
Oak Park?
Oak Park High School after.
What was that like? And go from your freshman year, and did you start, just run your story down.
Yeah. I went into Oak Park High School. My coach there was Coach Anthony Abbott. I was a freshman. They were really excited to have me because I was the first true poster they've had, and a girl who actually plays outside of school ball. And I was the freshman starter, and that was very rare with Oak Park culture. So they were really excited to have me come in, and I was very excited. It was brand new to me, being in that spotlight and coming in and being with those older girls, because everyone on the team was juniors and seniors. We didn't have any other freshmen on the team, or even sophomores really. So that was brand new to me, coming in like that and being able to not only play with them but be one of the starters.
When you say the culture, when first thing came to my mind, the culture is race and ethnicity.
Yeah.
And you had to really be balling out of control for them to break some of their traditions.
Right.
Sophomore year,
I actually had a knee surgery. I was not able to play that year. Within school ball, I dislocated my kneecap and that whole.
How did that happen?
I have very lax ligaments in my knees, and my kneecap is very just floating
Tenuous,
around. And,
right.
yeah,
All
so had to have
What was that
surgery.
like mentally when you first got hurt? Describe that to other athletes and to what you were going through.
I had a really hard time. It was my first major injury. I really had a hard time with that. I had a very good foundation behind me with my parents, with coaches that I talked to all the time. Coach David and Coach Betty, they always were there to talk to. My coaches, Wadella, they helped me kind of get through that as well. It was rough, and I feel like I'm a better person from being in that situation, but yeah, it was pretty rough having to deal with that.
How about your teammates?
Yeah. That year, they were very, like, I had a lot of girls come to me and talk to me and let me know, hey, it's okay. We go through different things. Different things are thrown at us, and you have to just roll with the punches and pick yourself back up and go.
How it feel sitting on the bench, or was you able to even sit on the bench?
Yeah. Coach, then he made sure that I was able to come
part of the team
and come to the practices, come to the games, sit there with them and enjoy it.
What went through your head? You know, I talked to I think your sister earlier about sitting the bench. Run that down, what that bench warming looked like.
That was very new. I was very sad. I was like, oh my gosh,
Mentally.
what is this?
What'd you say? What's this?
What are we? I'd never been in that situation. I was like, okay, I understand now. I see how my other teammates would feel in this position. And I was like, I don't like it.
Why don't nobody like the bench? How hard is it for you when you're on the bench? But see, you were on the bench in a different capacity. I usually ask the kids that are on the bench, how hard is it for you to stay in the game?
Yeah, it's frustrating because the things that you see out there, you see someone mess up, or you see that, oh, we only have this many points to win the game. I want to be out there and I want to be the person to help the team, and you can't. And you see that, and you have to understand, just be here for your teammates, cheer them on, and help them as much as you can while you're on the bench.
Go your next year.
Junior year. Finally back to it. Also trying to still get through, I guess, mind over matter, because I was still struggling with that injury of having the knee surgery and trying to trust myself again.
You know what? I'm glad you brought that up, because I told you I was an athlete, and I know when you get hurt, even when the doctor and everybody tell you all right, you don't really want to go all out.
No, not at all. No.
Because it's like y'all didn't feel this pain.
Yeah.
But once you do, talk about that.
Yeah. It took me, I would say, 2 to 3 months to finally be like, okay, Megan, you're out here, you're fine. They've tested completely everything they can test to make sure you're supposed to be here and you'll be okay being out here. I just had to say, let's go, don't think about it, take my mind off it some other way, and get going and do what I do.
What kind of season did you have?
My junior
Your personal
year,
season.
my personal season, I did pretty well. I had doubles each game. Made sure I did that, and made sure I was the main rebounder, main person to help get the ball to who it needs to be to get up the court, main person to make sure I'm playing good defense inside, so that if my girls need to come in, they can. And
when you came back, that game, did y'all win that game?
My junior year, when I came back,
yeah.
we had some games that we did.
No, the game that you came
back.
back.
My first game back?
Yeah.
I can't even remember. That was a while ago. I wanted to say yes because usually our first game of the year is...
Because I want to know, how did the team greet you after the game?
Yeah. The girls that
you can't remember.
No, I can't. I can't remember completely, but I do remember that the girls that my junior year, those were the girls that were actually my age. Like, I had my junior friends and teammates on the team as well, so they were excited for me to come back, and they knew what type of player I was and how excited I was to be back in.
Because I know when you're looking for your go-to man or go-to girl, you be like, woo!
Right.
Especially if the team knows that they have limited talent.
Yeah. Yeah.
And that's really, I was wondering whether they, like, damn, big girl back, we getting ready to do our thing now.
Yeah, and we also had, my 4 years through high school, I had 3 different coaches. And so we had a new coach almost
Talk
every
about
year
the
that I
different
played.
philosophies and how you as an athlete have to deal with that.
It was, I would say each coach was completely different. Each coach wanted a different thing from us each time, and that, I will say, was very hard. And you had to roll with punches, you had to understand what they were saying and get to it and be that coachable player and someone who...
How important is it to be coachable? We didn't talk about that in some of the other interviews directly. Tell a young athlete how important that is.
Yeah.
They don't want to be on the bench.
No.
Tell them what that's...
You have to be very coachable. You have to be... yes, you're not going to agree with everything that your coach is going to have you do and agree with every position he puts you in, but you have to be able to understand that this coach is different. I'm going to have to just listen to what he's telling me to do and hope for the best and hope that in his mind, and while you're out there, you'll hopefully be able to see, okay, this is what he wants. I see it now and I understand.
Have you ever, how do you feel when you have to sacrifice your actual game for the team?
It's a little, I'll say again, very challenging, frustrating, because I knew where I wanted to play and what I wanted to do, but each year the coach wanted something different and wanted me to play a different way.
And especially, I'm saying, when you down low, you want the ball and you know that you can take, but the coaches got you playing in the...
Yeah.
That's frustrating.
Yeah, it is. It is. And
but what did you learn from that?
I had to learn that each coach is going to be different. I have to be able to be ready to be a good player with them, and if I want to play, then I need to go by their rules and stick with it. And
keep a good attitude.
Very good attitude, and keep very good high spirits as well.
All right, so run down your freshman year over there with the Pirates.
Well, I was at UCM.
Oh, UCM, right? Yeah. All right.
Freshman year came in. They considered me to be a priority walk-on. I was there, and I came in. I was kind of scared. It's a new situation. I had never been out from underneath my parents. I'm very home girl, so that was very tough for me trying to get used to that. But I adjusted very well. My freshman year, I was redshirted. That was very surprising to me, just because I was so used to being that player that came in.
Why did they want to redshirt you?
He said he saw some things that he wanted to develop, and he wanted to make sure, because my senior year of high school, I had another knee surgery, and he wanted to make sure everything was healthy and good, and so he just wanted to get some things under control and make sure he had a good season.
When you redshirt, do they have you on the bench, or are you just in the stands?
No, at UCM we got to sit on the bench, which is sometimes not very likely. A lot of schools don't allow you to do that, but they made sure that we were still a part of that team and out there with them.
How did that make you feel?
I really like that. I like that they gave me that chance to do that, because when he first told me I was redshirting, Did you cry? Yeah. I called my dad instantly and just cried. I was like, what? And I had to just understand.
What did Dad say?
He told me that this is just my year to learn things, to be able to become a better player for the next year, and see that as an opportunity to do great things next year and go on
All
with
right.
it.
I'm retrospecting again because I led off saying about your basketball family, your younger siblings. How did they look at you and what you going through? Did you have any talks with them in general?
We always say, my parents are always like, Meghan started this all. You guys have to learn from everything that she's done and be able to see what she did right, what she did wrong, and learn from that and be able to do something different if needed. And I talked to them a lot just about how college life was, how it was being an athlete and a student and being able to have to fluctuate your schedule and everything, and just being there and having to learn kind of a new program after being through Della, being through Oak Park, and now college. And they just learned and looked at
the youngest one that played in our event this summer. He was coming out to 8th grade.
Corbin.
Going into 9th grade. Which do you work with him?
I used to. I don't really do much anymore, but we would have like times we just all go and do a big workout together, all four of us. And Corbin is the one that most definitely has grasped it all, wrote it in a ball, and he's using everything that he's learned from us.
Oh, great. So, go up progression. What was your next year like?
I was a sophomore at ECM. This year, I came in wanting more playtime, I wanted to be able to come in and be that post that they were looking for. And through the time, before that year, Coach told me he wanted me to get to a certain weight before that.
What did he want you at?
He wanted me to come in at 250, and I was around like 275. He wanted me to start there. I was like, okay. So my sister was playing with Della, and so they would go to different exposure tournaments and things, and he would see me there. He was, hey, I see it, keep it up. And so I came in and expected, I'm like, okay, I'm doing what he's asked me to do.
How'd you do your diet? Tell me what you did
my dad got me a trainer, and I worked out with him 4 times a week, and as well as doing workouts by myself and the workouts that they sent.
Did you change your diet at all?
Yeah, I actually became vegan.
Oh, all right.
I was vegan for that summer, and I feel like that absolutely helped me lose the weight that I needed to at that time.
How important is diet, do you think, I didn't do that with a lot of my interviews, but I got you here. Yeah. How important is diet to an athlete?
Very, very important. I learned that to be able to perform at the level that they want us to perform at, you have to be able to get those nutrients and have that energy. And the food I was eating before was crap. And I learned that from our workouts. Like, why am I so dead tired? Like, I've done these workouts, probably not to that extent of how hard those were, but I'm like, I've been an athlete for a while. Why am I so tired now? And I understood my eating habits. I got to change them. I got to learn how to eat for energy and be able to have that.
So your next year, run that down.
I transferred from UCM and decided to go the JUCO route. I went to Southwestern Community College in Creston, Iowa.
What was that like? Because now we're talking culture again.
Yeah,
All right. Go ahead.
It was totally different. I didn't even know that at first I didn't want to go JUCO. For some reason, coming out of high school, I don't know why. Everyone's like, don't go JUCO, that's bad. And it's not.
No, you learn at JUCO.
Yes, you learn so much.
A lot of these kids don't understand. A lot of players go to JUCO that you think went to Division I. They go to JUCO, get that Division I from JUCO.
Yes.
And a lot of them are not mature enough to even handle going to school away from home.
Right.
Run that down.
Coach Brian there, he was recruiting me, and we spoke about how he wanted things to be there and how they were looking for a post to come in and dominate and be their main person. And he felt like I could be there for them and do those things he wanted. It was way smaller than UCM, obviously. And honestly, I like that because I love just a place that feels like home and a place that felt like everyone was close knit and everyone was very just
normal.
Yes, yeah, and it also helped me with school and helped me focus more because at UCM it was
party,
so much party and party. Like we're going out here, right? And it's a lot slower in JUCO, and I'm able to focus more. I'm able to do
with Cascade Sports being home and student athlete, run that educational part down.
Yeah, I will say my first year at UCM was a bit of a struggle for me just because it was brand new and I had to learn the teaching styles there and be able to learn time management.
How important is that? Yeah, as an athlete.
It's so very important. I learned that the hard way my freshman year because high school is completely different than college, and the time management that you use in high school is not anything compared to college.
And in college, you're more on your own, and you've got to do it. Mom, dad can't say, "Have you done your homework?" Yeah.
And my parents are the type, they were on me, but not how they were in high school or in middle school. And so I was just like, oh, I'm here, I can do this and that. And that was not the case whatsoever. But once I got through UCM, my second year I did way better and I was able to realize, Megan, you have to get down on yourself and do the things you need to do.
You hear what she's saying, you young athletes? What you got to do, Megan?
You have to be able to get down on yourself and push yourself to do your schoolwork and get through all of it.
So, your senior year, how did you finish up?
After I came from SWIC, I had another knee surgery. They saw that my ligaments once again had a slight tear in them and they needed to go in and fix that. So from there, Coach Norman Cooper, he spoke with me and my parents and told me that he would take me and that he wanted me to come in and be able to play
down
for him.
The Pirates?
Yep. And so I went there and I came in, I was still doing therapy, I was still trying to get through all of that and trying to get back to the athlete that I was. And it was...
How frustrating is it when you can't, when like the words you use, get back to the athlete that I was. And if you can't do that, how frustrating is that?
Very frustrating, and I learned that within last year. I couldn't get back to the athlete that I was. I couldn't whatsoever. I had a very hard time trying to get through rehab and without having, like, trying to get back into practices and trying to...
When did you come to grips with that you had changed?
Probably by December of last year, I realized I was like, I don't think I can do it anymore. Yeah.
All right. And now you see I'm using basketball to get an education, which can springboard me into life, take care of me possibly financially.
Yeah.
Do you have any closing words for our audience or players, especially the young girls that are coming up through the ranks?
Yeah. I would say if you are going to be in basketball, enjoy it. It goes by so fast. From 6th grade through high school and now college, it has gone by so fast, and I can't even begin to explain how fast. You'll really enjoy yourself, and you will most definitely become a better person because of it. You learn so many different life priorities through basketball, I've learned, and you'll be a better person.
Excellent. I'm stealing one of my interviewer's lines. It was a plum-pleasing pleasure to have you on the show.
Thank you.
And as we always say, when you invest in your community, you're really just investing in yourself. Good night.
This program is brought to you by the City of Fountains Coaches Association.